Good morning. Welcome back. We have really bad news and some silver lining. So the really bad news, first gear left the chat permanently. Okay, we have no more first gear on the transmission. Seems to be that the same thing that happened at the track happened again on that pull that I did on Sunday, where it accidentally, the shifter went down to first gear while I was on top of second, and it grenaded itself. So we have no first gear on the powerglide. So we are gonna be not hitting the track anytime soon because of the simple fact that I know it's gonna be a pretty penny on fixing it. I'm not gonna replace it because at this point I have the transmission, I have the parts in the transmission, I have a very nice torque converter, so I am not gonna replace it with a different transmission. I'm gonna wait for ATF to open up again after the holiday, so they open up again on the 4th, and see how much is gonna be to rebuild this transmission. Now I know it's gonna be a few $1,000, maybe 1,500, 2,000, God knows. Hopefully it's not that big of a hit, but with that being said, it's gonna take me a minute to save that kind of money to be able to go back out on the track. Now the silver lining on all this is that we still have second gear, and second gear is strong. There's no noises, there's no rattles, there's nothing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain the pan and put new fluid on it to keep second gear as happy as possible. And we are gonna be doing some strict pulls, right? So that's pretty much the only option we have. So with that being said, I've been working on a rolling anti-lag tune with my tuner. We set up the button for it already, and it's working. And this morning I went out to test it. All right, so seems to be that's pretty good. Let me show you the logs here. I did a few pulls, and seems to be that we might have something in our hands. Look at this. So here we are. This is the pull from this morning. If you notice here, so remember again, manifold pressure, so that's my boost levels, that's my RPM, my wideband, the white line is my throttle, and then injection duty cycle. I'm keeping an eye on those because obviously it's running high boost. So right here we see that my rolling anti-lag is working, and right before I let off the button we saw 5 pounds, 5.4 pounds at 3,200 RPM. That is great. I'm a little too aggressive. I might need to be a little bit higher. I did get a draggy, guys. So I have a draggy, and at around this RPM, we were sitting at around 40, 45 miles an hour. So we can technically do 50 rolls. I'd say, because I want to bring this RPM a little higher. I don't want to be putting so much load on the truck, but you know, if we're doing a 50-mile-an-hour roll, we're leaving at around 5 pounds. That's great. Okay, that is great. We're still hitting the maximum duty cycle we saw, 70%. And, you know, AFRs are good. This is creating heat right here, but we're still safe. My tuner went ahead and told me how to set up the anti-lag rolling table. And we have it all done. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's see. So let's find anti-lag, rolling anti-lag. Oh, I just saw it. Where is it? Rolling anti-lag. So we got ignition override. We got our table here set up, and fuel. We got our table set up as well. So this is the most important thing. We want to keep the fuel in it. So we have some heat, creating some heat here, and actually is making about 5 pounds. So we are leaving it around 5 pounds. I did do this was on a brake boost. Wanted to see it, but it was a short version of it. This was another test for my rolling anti-lag. If we come here, as you can tell, it was a lot shorter, and we were able to build around 2.2 pounds at around 3,000 RPM. So I need to get the RPM a little higher. So that is the news for now. We are going to, like I said, hitting the streets rather than the track, and unfortunately do what this truck is not meant to do, which is road racing, because I only got one gear. And according to ChatGPT, so I thought, by the way, I've never knew what kind of rear gear this truck has. The previous owner said that he thought it was 373s, but based on the calculations that we did, finally I got a draggy. So this morning I said, let me take it out so I can figure out what kind of gear it is by speed, right? So I put it into our good friend ChatGPT, and I told him, listen, I'm sitting at 2,000 RPM and 40 miles an hour and 2,400 RPM at 50 miles an hour. What rear gears would it be based on my whole setup? And according to ChatGPT, it is pretty confident that I have 433 gears. So my top speed is not even that high. My top speed is going to be somewhere around 135 to 140. So we can only do 40 mile an hour to probably 130. So it's not going to be even that crazy. So it is what it is. It's what I have. I never knew what rear gears it is, but we're going to make the most out of it until I'm able to save up, right? And or until second gear goes. Hopefully it doesn't. But that's where we are today. It's some really bad news with some positive silver lining. I'm going to see if we can go out tonight and set some test runs, see where it's at, because I have no idea what my competition could even be. So we'll figure it out tonight. That was the update that I want to give you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day today. And keep a lookout if I go out tonight for those nice little videos.